I guess I'll start at the beginning. The idea came to me, I kind of started in 3 different places, I think. I got given a purple silicone oven glove from my mum for Christmas. I was watching Enter the Dragon around Christmas as well. So I had these 2 things, a villain with some weird robotic purple hand and the desire to make something fighty.
The first thing that Carl said about the Purple Fiend, he didn't have a name for it at that point, but I remember him saying that he just wanted to make a kung fu film. What good idea. Let's do that.
On New Year's Eve, 2009, I suppose. It was like 20 to 12. Like we were kind of saying, oh, there's that year gone, blah, blah, blah. And I was just sort of thinking, oh, Jesus, what if I've forgotten something really important that I was supposed to have done? And then I think I formulated it all in my head in the shower, probably the next day, the day after. I would do a lot of thinking in the shower. And I didn't want to make a kind of, like make something like Hollywoody, American-y. So I wanted to make it really the polar opposite and make it as kind of British as possible, but with like elements of kung fu films, or like I just kind of instantly thought of these 2 sort of chaps. Googie and Professor Laminate are like these kind of old sort of Victorian kind of explorer types, that you don't get anymore, that just kind of, they're kind of arseholes really. They're like, you're sacred, blah, 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 I'll have that. They're kind of like lovable, but actually they're kind of jerks because they just go around and take stuff. I've been watching a lot of the Jeremy Brett Sherlock Holmes TV series. That was kind of the basis for the flamboyant character, I suppose. But obviously I'm not that good at actor, so kind of lost a lot of that. It was quite a specific character, and because I'd been watching all this Sherlock Holmes stuff, I kind of already had an idea of what I wanted. So I thought it'd just be easier for me to do it. It's kind of annoying not to be behind the camera to see what's going on, because you can only see that afterwards. So a lot of the time we'd film and have someone stand in for me while we lined up the shot, but even then you can only see so much. So I put Liam through quite a lot of terrible experiences, so I think it was good that I was there doing it with him at the very least. And the whole thing of him dying came from the fact that because he's not available so much, it was necessary to kill him off, even though he's really good. You want him in there, but at the same time, you haven't got him for long, so kill him. Kill him straight away.
My name is Andrzej Sosnowski. I am the Purple Fiend.
As soon as I'd formulated the character, it was already Andre. Like I did a concept picture and it was him to start with. He hadn't been in many of our films before as much of a character, but he's really good, he's really expressive. I didn't realise how good he'd be until we started filming it.
I do remember that we had a chat at work, and he was talking about a film where I have a big moustache and we're going to fight. I'm going to be the villain. I think at that time my English was a bit worse, so he thought that I would sound more evil because of my weird accent. And I guess it kind of worked.
Well, I suppose you mean this! I've got you to thank for that, don't I?
Count Viper, he's kind of foreign, but you don't really know where. He's kind of a bit like Fu Manchu sort of.
I think at the beginning when we were shooting, I think there was more of me kind of yelling. I didn't really know what we were doing at the beginning. So there are bits where I'm kind of just being myself and screaming, and then I actually started thinking of a character, especially at the end of the shoot, and I knew where he's coming from, why he's angry at the other characters, why he's actually being the bad guy in the film, and it's not just because he is bad.
In kind of bad guy films, there's always like computer games, there's always the lead up to the big bad guy at the end, so you have the sort of smaller bosses. He just like plows through them all really quickly, like so you get the idea that he's like this dude who can fight loads of people all at once. Yeah, you kind of think who you have, the people around you who would be up for doing it, and then what you could do to them. And like Dobbin, he's a fairly big guy, so the poor soul gets typecast as brutish characters all the time. And then got kind of like Tommy and Devora, and Ryan's very athletic. That was the thing, because he does gym. So he's good at doing somersaults and whatnot, so he's a ninja straight away. Devora's got very sort of angular features and very striking, so she's like a pouncing ninja, and Tommy loves all that kind of stuff. The Dirty Fighters, the latest edition, he wasn't in my original story at all. Pete, who lent us the lights, he was like, yeah, you can have the lights as long as I can be in it. In the pub, we kind of quickly brainstormed this character whose like special move is to crush people's nuts. Simon's always very like fun character, so it's cool to make him really sinister instead.
The main sort of direction from Carl was just that he's really slimy and like ill. I think like slicking my hair down helped get in the zone of this horrible greasy man.
I guess on a normal film you have like a production team or whatever, and they all make all the different bits, but I made most of it myself. So I'd have one shoot at this date, and then I could get everything ready for that, and then after that get everything ready for the next thing. That gave me time to do each thing. The sacred Colo Colo of Parabolis. It didn't have to be anything in particular, it was just a vehicle to move the plot along. I don't know why I decided on a cat, but I did. So I drew some sketches. I went and did some research on like ancient artifacts in the museum. But I originally sculpted it out of clay because I wanted it to be like a heavy, weighty object. But making it out of clay, it doesn't look the same. I intended to kind of scrape it so it looked like it had been carved, but it just sort of didn't work out. Tommy had been making a robot out of foam. So I bought this massive block, like a kind of metre or so across, of kind of loft insulation styrofoam board. I chopped it up, whapped it together in one big block, and then got like a knife and just started carving away at it. In the script it says he punches through his skull like it's made of meringue and raspberry coulis gushes out or something like that. Oh, I originally did a test where I was going to make the like breakable part of the skull out of white chocolate because it would have the brittle nature and I'd be able to punch through it. I tried that, but it just sort of melts. And also I couldn't get it off the thing I'd moulded it on. I put it on like on a bowl, but when you try to pull it off, it just crumbles to pieces. In the end, me and Tommy constructed like a pair of shoulders out of chicken wire. We wrapped, plaster bandage around the shoulders and the neck, put a football on top of the head and shoulders, and then we wrapped plaster bandage around the football, so it was like a rigid, like outer skull. And then for the back of the head, we kept the football in and put like Vaseline on it, and then we poured up like a kind of mix of plaster of Paris, just so it covered the ball. And then we carefully removed the football out, so we had like one panel of brittle skull part.
Tear me apart, please. Please don't hurt me.
We put like milky jelly, we set it in the back of the head as well, so for some kind of brain punching out. And we also had to stick hair on the whole of the back of the head, but only the part you see because he wears a hat. We didn't do the whole top of his head. We made 2 of these because we were out in the middle of nowhere, so we had a backup one, so we had 2 goes at it. I think the arm chopping off bit was the peak of the mountain, but I figured if we got to that point, we'd have to do it because we'd done all this other stuff.
Make it, date it.
Arm spurt test 2.
Shit, here he comes. Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
When I get my hand chopped off, it was really stressful because we had, I know how many gallons of blood we had, but it was a lot. And I had to have it cut off at the right time and then act and then try not to point it at the lights because they might blow up in my face. And then we did a run through and it didn't really work.
Take 1.
So then I had to stand there for another hour just waiting for everyone to get ready, soaked in blood already.
Take 2. Ow! Take 3. Here we go.
And then it finally worked, but then I was asked to roll around in the blood and it was really cold and freezing and very uncomfortable.
Don't leave me! I'm not done with you!
So that was, I think, the lowest point. Also when we went to Suffolk.
Here we are in a field in the middle of Suffolk.
And it is cold.
Hurry up!
Yeah,
What we're doing. For the most part of the shoot, We were obviously shooting in locations that were close to us, but obviously with The Fiend it was a lot more epic in its scope, and Carl wanted to have, you know, these amazing places and very different sort of places as they were, you know, sort of going on their trip around the world to look for the Cola.
It gives it production value, I think, if you film stuff in a city somewhere and then the next shot is like on a desert island, it just makes it seem bigger.
When he was kind of writing it and storyboarding it, I think he probably had these locations in mind, the castle, the beach. He hadn't had to go location scouting because he knew them well from his childhood, and it was just like, well, this place is going to be awesome, I know it. They were mad long days, getting up early, getting ready, getting costumes ready, going to the various places. I remember we were shooting, it was pretty much the last scene of the film.
That's close enough, Laminate.
Andre just could not get his lines right.
I was hoping to catch you at the funeral, but as you can see, I don't get around as you can see, I don't get around so quickly anymore. Why? No, it's Why can
You got to say all the thing about your arm and your...
You cut off my arm, then you kill off my... You cut off my arm! Fuck! It's ridiculous. You cut off my arm, you kill all my deadly assassins, and then you cut off my arm again! Yeah. You cut off my arm, you kill off my brilliant assassins! You cut off my arm, you kill off my assassins!
Also, we're missing the bit, look, it doesn't even work.
When did I say that?
Should we cut?
Well, not today. I'm too happy. There will be no showdowns, no fancy shot play.
Shot play?
There will be no showdowns, no fancy shot play.
No fancy sword play, just you and the cold steel of my gun.
From the start.
From the whole start?
Yeah, that's the case.
Okay. Not today! There will be no showdowns, no fancy swordplay, just you and the cold steel of my gun.
You get annoyed with things like that, but also you always have to remember it's just like, this is fun.
If it was 1,000, I'd be like, "Gee," but I wouldn't be surprised. But I think, yeah, maybe like 800. I don't know, it could be less than that. I'm rubbish at maths, but this is spread out over like a year and a half or whatever. It sounds quite a lot, but over time it's not that much. And I don't smoke. I haven't bought many DVDs lately or like CDs or anything, so I don't really spend my money on anything else. So a lot of little things that cost like £3, £4, £5, and then the odd thing that costs £15. Like Alex's dress, because that was one thing I couldn't make. That cost 25 quid. That was probably one of the biggest spends. I've used it again because I wore it to a fancy dress party. Count Viper has his long moustache, and Andre's hair is brown, but I forgot to buy the fake hair, the brown hair. But we had black hair, so we just gave him a black moustache, but then we had to make the rest of his hair black. But at that point, we didn't have any way of making his hair black, so we borrowed Becky's mascara and blacked all his hair up. From then onwards, because I was so scared about using like hairspray, or he didn't want to dye his hair, or we just used mascara from then onwards. Cheap mascara, but yeah, we used a lot of mascara, and that was very cost ineffective. I don't want to think about it.
So on the Purple Fiend, we used DSLR cameras. Filmmaking started off, you had films being made on 35mm or 16mm camera. A 35mm camera, I think, would cost a couple of £100,000. And then the digital kind of evolution started happening. There was a camera called the Red 1 that was made, which was like a big deal, because you would have everything that a 35mm camera would have, full frame sort of 35mm sensor, use interchangeable lenses, and so you could be capturing high definition footage through beautiful cinematic lenses. And that was amazing, but it was still a million miles away for people like us, because a Red camera would still cost 20-30 grand. And then Canon just decided to bring out these new DSLRs with a video function on them. The 5D anyway has a full frame 35mm sensor, like the Red, like 35mm cameras. And you can use, any choice of lenses that you want. And so you're essentially getting the same thing. And so it's gone from 200,000 to 20,000 to 2,000. It's suddenly that much more possible to actually be able to shoot something that looks cinematic. It allows people like us who, you know, don't have a shed load of money to get hold of something like this and actually really experiment with cinematography. You know, not just framing and things like that you could do with a video camera, but it actually allows us to kind of learn the ways of cinematography, i.e., you know, using lenses, certain lenses for certain shots, and playing with the f-stop and the ISO and the shutter speed, kind of learn the craft a little closer to what they're doing in Hollywood at a fraction of the price.
When we were first talking about the score, Carl and I sat down in front of my laptop and played through the film and just recorded us with a microphone singing over the top of the film what kind of came to mind. So there's just loads of us going... Just pop it out, you know, on a fight bit. Just for a kind of mood for each section, which I then referred to when scoring the film.
Maybe you can tell us what we're doing.
Well, we're trying to do the adventure montage, and I've done the guitars already, and now I'm going to do the drums. But my keyboard's broken, the big one, so I'm using this little guy. Bass still works okay. Here we go.
For an adventure, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then another one, and I never wanna go home. No, no, no. I'm a prime minister's kid, with no permission. Let's go! Always in the cathedral. There's not a moment to lose, cause we don't wanna be late. Get into the cathedral. Deep in the catacombs, ancient information we take. And we just don't care. We never make a mistake, yeah. Yeah, we were going over there. But now we're going this way.
So for the ninjas, that's just like, there's loads of them and it's the first fight, so I just wanted it to be like... like marching kind of soldier music, because they're his foot soldiers basically. Carl really wanted some samba music for the Dirty Fighter.
Hello there.
That's like a sample of free sound that I augmented and kind of chopped around and stuff and played sax over.
Santa Maria!
The next guy is this big Hulk. I don't know why, but I thought he'd be like a gypsy, so that's got kind of Balkan style. I found it really tricky doing an orchestral score. It takes so long and it's so painstaking. Like when you I can pretty much kick out a song in a day because it's quite easy. There's a lot of repetition. But with orchestral scoring for a film, everything needs to change all the time to correspond with the hit points in what's happening in the film. So it really is like, just takes forever, and then you've got to make everything sound good and do the next instrument and do the next instrument, and I was averaging about 1 minute of music a day, I think.
It kind of takes a long time when you've never done something like this before, so all the like visual effects and things I'd been working on and trying to learn how to use some of the software over a few months, but it takes quite a long time. Unless you've got a proper deadline to get something done, things don't tend to get done. So we planned to premiere the Purple Fiend in the Cambridge Film Festival at Trident Fest, and then we had like a week or so left to do all the like visual stuff and all the sound effects and everything as well. We have day jobs, we have everything, you know, this isn't our job, so we have to find time for all this stuff. At that point, me and Simon decided we just had to abandon everything else in our lives, just forget it. We have to like get out of there and go into the wilderness and just do this whole thing non-stop, otherwise we're not going to make our deadline. So that's how we ended up doing all the sound effects and visual effects in the week running up to Trident Fest. And we decided to document it all, and here it is.
Laminate. Laminate. Laminate.
Basically, we had tried overdubbing all of the all of the dialogue in the bar scene because it was quite reverberant and the sound didn't sound very good to me. So we spent 4 solid nights, like 8 hours a night, redubbing everyone's voices for that bit, and it was painstaking and boring.
Laminate. 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 Laminate.
There's 3 days left until the Purple Fiend is premiered. We've just spent all of this night recording my overdubs to replace all my original dialogue.
Probably 8 hours.
8 hours of work. Simon, would you like to tell these people what you just told me?
The overdubs sound clearer, much clearer, and cleaner. There's not loads of fan noise and horrible reverb, but they just feel a bit ingenuine and like clinical.
What's your conclusion?
Well, I don't know yet. We need to try it out, but I'm suggesting that we try going back to just using the original audio files. Which would mean the past, we spent 3 separate entire nights.
That's right.
Overdubbing.
Yeah, we had to arrange all those and get people over and.
I don't know,
rearrange all the furniture.
I don't feel smug or proud about suggesting this. We'll see, huh? We'll give it a try.
I'm gonna fucking kill him. Day 2 of our horrible post-production slog.
I'm just polishing the adventure song.
Good.
I probably shouldn't because there's loads of other stuff to do. But
it's a good moment.
Yeah.
We think.
Yeah, I like it. It's punchier now.
And
what are you doing, Carl?
I'm working on the heaven sequence.
How's it going?
Well, it's going to be fine.
Yeah. Last time we spoke to you, we were deciding whether or not to use the overdubs.
And what did we decide, Simon?
Decided we're not going to use them. So it's
Who cares?
4 days. Fuck it.
Here he comes.
Simon, do you want to feed the fish?
Wow. It's such a colourful world.
So it's about 10 to 10, day 3. We've not even had breakfast yet, and this is fucking happening.
I'm just making a cup of tea and Simon's smashing my belt across my table to make some spanking sound. Shh. Oh, that was a good one.
So earlier on we were hitting the table with the belt to get some punch sounds, and they were good, but they're quite slappy, and I can't figure out how to get the kind of sound. So I've just wrapped some ice cubes in a towel, and I've wrapped a brick in a different towel.
Is that a bag of noodles?
What? That's rice there.
Bag of rice.
Yeah. Let's see how this sounds. Might be rubbish. Yeah, it's pretty rubbish. It's not exactly
Pretty
a punch though, is it?
That's nice.
I think the air in it is helping give it bass, but I want more crunch. I'm going to open it.
Oh my god. That's where rice goes everywhere.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, fuck. That is the case. But it's got to be done, hasn't it?
What if you wrap the rice in a towel?
But not this thick one. I mean the thin one.
Okay.
I wasn't disagreeing with you, Carl. I'm saying, yeah, maybe in the tea towel.
Okay.
Yeah, good idea. Listen to this. Yeah, it's like punching a fairy. Fucking idiot.
Eat it. Eat it.
Don't swear at me. No.
Huh? You stupid fucking idiot. Stupid rice-covered idiot. Keep your ideas to yourself, prick.
Doing the credits for the film.
How's it going?
You should always leave the credits till the last minute, so you know exactly who to put on them.
How are you feeling about the progress you made today? Are we set? Are we good? You feeling happy? You feeling excited?
I'm feeling good, Peter. I'm feeling very good.
Yeah, we're getting there. I'm nearly there on the sound effects.
Yeah.
One might say you were on the home straight. Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah, I thought that was going to be some sort of pun, but...
No.
Here's my workstation where all my working is. This is all the stuff, all the sound effects.
It's quite feeble when you do it like
It does
that,
really, doesn't it? Carl and I just went outside to the car park opposite the road, and then we dropped a knife on the floor. It's a knife drop on the floor. That sounds good, doesn't it?
Director's log, day 3 or day 3? Day
Of
4.
this week.
Yeah,
It must be day 4.
day 4. This is the last day. Tomorrow is Trident Fest. It's the premiere of the Purple Fiend. How are you feeling, Simon?
I feel alright right now, but it's last night we stayed up till about 6 in the morning doing stuff. I couldn't get to sleep, and then I got up at about 10.
It's intense now.
So now it's 9:30 at night. We've been working all day. I went to my folks' house to record. Mum, what have you just been doing?
I've just been singing.
Across the globe he'll boldly go with Googie by his side.
How did you find the experience?
A little, yes, uplifting, you might say. Interesting, bold,
Yeah.
and exciting. Oh, jubilant.
Um,
Jubilant, that's a good one.
What day is it today, Mum?
I have no idea.
You do really.
It's Thursday. It's Thursday.
What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Trident Fest!
Hey, it's the premiere of the
Hooray!
Purple Fiend. There's so much more to do. There's just so much to do.
There's a lot to do.
Yeah.
There is a lot to do.
So it's going to be another, probably 6 a.m.
We'll keep you updated.
Yeah. I am working on... I don't even know anymore. Still struggling with the heaven sequence. This is the desert shot. Kind of trying to blend that all in and make it look nice. It looks like this bird shit everywhere at the minute. But it's 11:30
11
p.m.
p.m.
last night before Trident Fest. We are recording the song for Googie.
Ready?
Yeah.
Now listen close. I'll tell the tale of how the greatest of all chums became a queen. Now listen close. I'll tell the tale of how the greatest of all chums became companions. A bond so strong would never pale in the face of mighty peaks and endless canyons. Our days were glorious, they were in awe of us. We stood victorious against our foes.
What's the score, Carl? You look amazing.
It's 25-3 on the day of Trident Fest.
Yeah. AM.
AM. And here we are, still
Plugging away.
going at it.
Seriously?
Lost for words.
I've got so much more to do. How about you?
Once I've done this, I think everything's sort of there. I just need to drop in the other effects shots, but they're already done.
That's cool. So it's just a matter of constructing.
Yeah, and sorting the colour out.
Yeah.
Is that all? There's more. Oh, I need to re-edit the fireworks.
Oh yeah.
What do you still have to do?
Still finishing the bit where he gets punched through the skull at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but I can't tell anymore, so I just got to do it. I need to do the bits of music at the very start with the titles. That should be quite easy.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've got to put in all your fight overdubs.
Fucking hell.
And I've got to put in some extra Foley. I don't think I'm going to go to bed tonight.
In sort of... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be okay.
Okay, it's now 4:45 on Trident Fest morning. We're doing alright, I think.
Yeah.
We feel confident. We've not got much longer to go until we've got a playable, complete thing without any gaps. Maybe not super polished, but definitely good. So we're just going to plug on and let you know what time we go to bed. How are you feeling, Carl?
I feel my brain feels kind of weird.
Yeah, me too.
My eyes feel really...
I'm finding it quite hard to actually say words.
Yeah, to operate my keyboard.
It's nearly there, and then we'll just render out one that is playable and good, and then we'll just make a more polished one at another time.
Yeah.
You know, which will be on this DVD.
You lucky people.
You lucky guys. Byes.
Hi. There aren't many words to describe.
It's now 6 o'clock for the second night in a row. I feel really good actually. I feel quite chipper at the moment.
Yeah?
Yeah, weirdly.
Good.
'Cause
I felt good a while ago because I thought I didn't have much to do, and now I've remembered all the things I have to do.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And yeah.
Huh.
You join us at an exciting moment in the production of the Purple Fiend. We're about to watch it proper for the first time.
Proper.
With the proper soundtrack and all the proper special effects.
Proper, bruv.
I'm very excited, but...
Apprehensive?
No,
What if it's all fucked? What if it's all fucked?
it might be fucked. It's 6:15 p.m.
6:15 p.m. It's now ready. I think we need to check it on the video player. But I think it's ready. I think it's going to be okay. How you doing?
I feel amazing. I had a sleep. Simon has not slept.
I had about an hour.
You need to sleep.
I do need more sleep.
It will save your life. You need to just forget all of this crazy shit.
But I need to check it. I need to check it first.
I can check it.
I want to check it though.
Okay, and then you sleep.
And then I'll go to sleep.
I slept so hard.
Yeah, it's good.
You would not believe.
You fell asleep earlier and you look like such a stupid idiot.
What?
I was filming you, yeah, and I was like swearing at you and you didn't even realise. And everyone watching is going to be like, ha! And you look like such an idiot.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to Trident Fest 2011!
The time we were in the jungle, and we were faced with a Maori tribe. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Undefeated mind, his fists are valiant, his
We have just finished Trident Fest 2011.
Carl, we've just had the premiere of the Purple Fiend. How do you feel?
Vindicated.
In conclusion, we are now having some beers.
You can just sleep.
I will sleep eventually.
Stick with us.
I feel
Blasted CD player.
I have amazing friends who they've done me so proud.